In NavCom SurvCE, the job menu is subdivided into 5 tabs, allowing you to access its various functions. For the purpose of this video, we will review the functionality of the Equipment tab. Please note that this overview will not cover the use of toll stations or peripherals. If you select number 2 GPS Base, you will be on the GPS Base screen. At the top of the screen, you will see 4 tabs. The Current tab is where you can create a profile for your reference receiver by choosing a manufacturer and model, or using a pre-existing profile from the list below. To the right of the manufacturer drop-down list is the Info button. This button will show you more information about your device, including model, firmware version, serial number, and battery types, as well as signal information. The Comms tab is where you tell SurvCE how to communicate with your receiver. You have 2 options, cable or Bluetooth. The Receiver tab is where you select the antenna type used for your receiver, enter the antenna height offset, set the navigation elevation mask, and select the desired position rate. Please note that the advanced function only applies to the rover and not the base. The RTK tab is where you configure how your base station is going to send RTK corrections. For more information on the GPS base and how to configure a GPS base profile, please see the video on configuring a reference receiver profile. If you select number 3 GPS rover, you will be on the GPS rover screen. At the top of the screen, you will see 4 tabs. The Current tab is where you can create a profile for your receiver by choosing a manufacturer and model, or use a pre-existing profile from the list below. To the right of the manufacturer drop-down list is the Info button. This button will show you more information about your device, including model, firmware version, serial number, and battery types, as well as signal information. The Comms tab is where you tell SurvCE how to communicate with your rover. You have 2 options, cable or Bluetooth. The Receiver tab is where you select the antenna type used with your receiver, enter your antenna height offset, set the navigation elevation mask, and select a desired position rate. The Advanced button allows you to select if you want to use SBAS and GLONASS satellites. The RTK tab is where you configure how your receiver is going to receive RTK corrections. For more information on the GPS rover and how to configure a GPS rover profile, please see the video on configuring a GPS rover profile. If you click on number 4 GPS Utilities, you will see a menu of different utilities for your GPS device. Configure RTK device is used if you would like to change your RTK data port settings from the way you set them when you configured your receiver. Network Connect and Disconnect will allow you to connect and disconnect from the Ntrep server should you be using one. The Quick Start button will allow you to engage Starfire Quick Start to bypass the convergence period and get Starfire solution accuracy sooner. For more information on Starfire Quick Start, please see the video covering Starfire Quick Start. Reset Receiver performs a soft reset of the GPS receiver. This will reinitialize the receiver like a power cycle and will not delete the memory. The Hard Reset button, however, will erase the position, ephemeris, time, and restore the receiver to its factory default settings. The Eject File Card button makes it safe for you to remove the SD card in the receiver without shutting it down first. Reset RTK Engine will reset the carrier phase ambiguities and is useful if you are having difficulty obtaining an RTK fixed solution type and want to start the process over again. The Starfire Status button will bring up information about your Starfire license, including subscription status, expiration date, and visible Starfire satellites. Also, you can view a list of authorized Starfire satellites and enter an ID and frequency of an alternative Starfire satellite to manually choose which satellite you receive corrections from. And if you choose Send Command, you can send commands to your receiver for troubleshooting purposes. It is recommended, however, that you don't do this without consulting your dealer. To return to the Job menu, press the left arrow button at the top of the screen. If you click on the Configure button, you are taken to the Configure screen, where there are 3 tabs of features that you can configure: General, View, and Sets. For the purpose of this overview, we will focus on the General and View tabs. The General tab allows you to select settings and preferences that apply to observations taken in the field. These options remain set from job to job, and if one is not applicable, it will be grayed out. The View tab gives you settings that control the reporting appearance of stakeout navigation information. To implement your changes to the Configure menu, select the green checkbox at the top of the screen. To return to the Job menu without making changes, select the red Xbox. If you select number 6 Localization, you'll be presented with the option of using Starfire localization or RTK localization. Select the type of localization you would like to use, and you will now be on the localization for that solution type. At the top of the screen are 5 tabs: System, Total Station, GPS, Points, and By Helmet. For the purpose of this overview, we will not be covering the Total Station tab. The System tab allows you to choose a projection grid and displays your datum, ellipsoid, and projection type of the selected projection. The GPS tab is where you define the localization method and the geoidal model file. The Points tab is where the user can add points to create a localization. Here the user can add, delete, and edit points, turn on and off horizontal or vertical components of a point, load localization files, access the Monitor SkyPlot menu, and save your control points. The By Helmet tab is only used if you choose to localize using the Helmet method. Here the user would input the parameters needed for a localization method. To commit to the changes made in the localization menu, select the green checkbox at the top of the screen. To return to the job menu without committing to any changes, select the red X button. Selecting number 7 Monitor SkyPlot will bring up the Monitor SkyPlot menu. Here you can see various information about the quality of your readings and the satellites being used for your solution. For more information on the Monitor SkyPlot menu, please see the video that covers the Monitor SkyPlot overview. Number 8 Tolerances takes you to the tolerance settings screen where you can set operating tolerances for horizontal and vertical standard deviation values and stakeouts. To change to your new tolerance settings, press the green checkbox at the top of the screen. To return to the job menu without making changes, select the red X button. If you click on number 0 About SurvCE, it will bring up a screen with information about the version of NavCom SurvCE you have and about your registration. To return to the job menu, select the left arrow button at the top of the screen.